And welcome to the Recreation Commission meeting. We will begin the meeting at 6 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, we're going to start off with roll call. Chad Novak is not present. Kevin Naso. Ethel Yops. Are you here, Ethel? Present. Keith Fusinski.
Present.
Wendy Kearney.
Here.
Marissa Nicely.
Here.
And Stacy Damman is here. Uta O'Connor. Here. And Kim O'Farrell.
Here.
Okay. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
And second?
I'll second.
And would someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes from October 6th?
I'll approve.
I'll second.
And next would be presentations. Do we have any presentations this evening? Nope. Okay. Next would be public comment. Do we have any public comment? Yep. Hi.
Hi, my name is Jack Tarbeck. I'm here to speak about skateboarding and possibly having a skate park for Groseal.
Jack, can you give us your address as well for the minutes?
My address is 24111 Meridian.
Thank you.
Yep.
How do you spell your last name?
Tarbeck, it's Tarbeck.
Okay, thanks.
Ready?
Ready.
Alrighty. All right. The best time to start a skate park is today. Skateboarding is becoming one of the most popular hobbies shared by people around the world, making its debut in the most recent Tokyo Olympics. Compared to other sports, skateboarding is underserved in Groseal. A well-built skate spot or public park that reflects the needs of the local youth and skaters is a hive of creative physical activity, a place where kids and adults who enjoy skateboarding come together and are focused on their sport in an inherently positive environment, learning and recreation at its best. Skateboarding is a popular spectator sport. It has significant physical health benefits from being a full-body cardiovascular workout that implements fun and learning all in one activity, as well as teaching confidence and self-discipline. A recent study at Johns Hopkins University said regularly skating helps to fight the nation's growing obesity epidemic at a better odds than participating in organized sports. Aside from the obvious physical benefits, skateboarding has significant mental health benefits as well. It combines extreme physical exertion with precise muscle coordination and balance. The complexity of performing tricks on a skateboard improves brain function at a fundamental level and stimulates new cell growth. The biggest benefit may be something kids don't realize they're learning. While skating helps with eye-foot coordination and balance, it also improves performance in the classroom. When they're involved in an activity that involves balance, both hemispheres of the brain are equally stimulated. As well, the body produces a hormone that makes students more receptive to learning. And during your teenage years, this can be a very awkward time in your life. You're looking for a definition and identity in the place in the world, and skateboarding is an answer for a lot of these kids. It's fun, they can do it on their own terms, and it doesn't require a coach or a team. Skateboarding is something you can do at your own pace. Skateboarders are dedicated. They show up to practice, rain, shine, or snow, if they have a place to do it. Wouldn't it be great if the Groseal bike path led to a dedicated zone where riders could share a learning space and continue their ride, or to congregate with others and share their experience? The skate park can be an attraction for family meetings. Skate parks support vibrant, healthy communities, just like many organized sports and other athletic facilities. But compared to basketball, hockey, soccer, and swimming, it is much more accessible to practice on your own. Is a great place to go after school by yourself, and especially if it's close to home because you can make your way there and back. Skating in a park is far safer than skating in the streets near traffic, and people riding BMX, skating, or scootering are going to be doing it regardless of a skate park or not. So if a town doesn't have a skate park, it is the skate park. So the safest thing to do is to build a dedicated zone so that people can have a safe area to do what they want. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very good. Yeah, I love the idea. I think
We
it's
spoke
great.
yesterday, and someone wants a skate park. I said, always come to the commission, and, you know, we would love to hear ideas, and thank you so much for coming here. And we had a great chat yesterday, and it's on the radar, but again, the price and all those types of things. So, but it always starts with a good conversation presentation, so thank you so much. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, any other public comment? Okay. Chairperson's report. Chad is not here today. Director's report.
I'm going to save my report. I'm going to combine down at the events covering
Okay.
Chad and myself.
Okay. We don't have any old business nor new business. Subcommittee updates. The Township Board. Uda?
Actually just putting on my clerk's hat for a moment. As you know, we do take advantage of the Centennial Farm Recreation Building as a voting precinct, so the programs will fall off on Tuesday, November 8th, and Monday, November 7th. But it's much appreciated, and it is one of our bigger precincts, and so we hope people will come out and vote, and that's it for me.
Events. You want to cover that, Kim?
We got a lot going on in November and December, so I'm just going to run through them. Everything that I'm talking about tonight is in the program guide. Thanks for coming. Shout out to Ross, our new DDA director. He's working very hard. It was great working with him with Paint the Town Red. He has taken over Ladies Night Out, November 11th. Very popular program for the community and the Macomb Street businesses. So, again, I just want to say thank you to Ross for a great job just starting here in July and being thrown into the fire. So, thanks, Ross, for all you do for the community. So, Ladies Night Out, November 11th. And then, I know I feel like Chad. I'm trying to rush because there's so many. We have another senior movie day coming up at the farm. This will be our holiday movie. It has not been selected. That will be on Tuesday, December 6th. Again, that's a free event for our senior citizens and free transportation. So mark your calendar. And once we get that movie, I'm waiting for Chad to come back. He's always very good at picking those movies. So I'm going to let him take care of that. But December 6th for the movie. And Ethel, yes, I'm stealing your thunder. Sorry. I just had my flyers here. We also have our senior holiday luncheon. That's our traditional turkey dinner on Wednesday, December 14th at 12:30 at Centennial Farm. Just give us a call. We'll take a reservation over the phone, and you don't need to come in. You can pay at the door. Again, free transportation on all of our lunches and all of our senior events. So just call for a reservation, and we'll take care of you at the door. Can you see those? Okay, we have the ELF workshop. I think this is our fourth ELF workshop. We had to cancel during COVID. So, again, a nice, wonderful holiday event for the kids of Grosse Ile. These are our school-age kids, grades K through 6. They come to the farm, work with our staff. They make 2 holiday gifts. We wrap them, and they get to take them home and put them under the tree. Pre-registration is required at grossailerecreation.com. I did have a messenger this morning about this event. Mom asked if somebody younger could come. I said, you know, all of the crafts are geared towards the school-age children. There could be some smaller pieces and parts to the crafts, along with the scissors and those types of things. So, but we do welcome our younger kids as well, as long mom, dad, or grandma is right there with them overseeing the project. So obviously we want everybody to be there, but again, we ask the parents or the guardian to stay close during the craft time just for safety reasons.
We need Builders Club kids for that event? Okay. I'll let me know.
I think last year we did.
I think so too.
The big one, our Island Glow. That's another community event that has been tradition on the island for I'm not sure how long, but a very, very long time. That is Friday, December 2nd. That'll start at 6 p.m. at the Commons, and we will have a visit from Santa. Rec Department is working with DDA, and we will have a wonderful night with this event as well. And then an evening with Santa is Saturday, December 10th from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to be lighting up Centennial Farm. Santa's going to be there. We'll have light refreshments, some crafts for the kids. There'll be activities inside and outside. I know in the past we kind of had the drive-through Santa. We plan to have Santa wherever Santa chooses to be. He hasn't told me yet. So, but again, December 10th, 6 to 9 p.m. Bring your camera for a picture with Santa. And then just a shout out for the Historical Society, their holiday boutique. We do a lot of event planning with the Historical Society. We work real close with them. Just wanted to give a shout out to them for their holiday boutique. That is a great event, November 18th through December 18th. You can see the dates and times on there. And I believe they are looking for volunteers to help with the event. So if you are interested, contact the Grosse Ile Historical Society. As far as my report, we're just buckling down for the winter. Winter storage is pretty much complete. I think we have 2 more boats at the marina. They are coming out this weekend. I tried to reach out to Greg to see if we were full or not. I don't have that answer tonight, but if you need winter storage, give us a call. I should have an answer by tomorrow. Annette and I are working on, believe it or not, summer programming for next year. Some things that, I'm working on diligently is the Sparks grant, which is on the agenda for tonight. And I will talk about that grant once we get to that point. But again, during the winter, we have our events, planning for the summer. That's what we are working on in the offices right now. And that's all I have.
Okay. Next is leases, land contracts, and user agreements. That's me, and I have nothing to report. Recreation properties, Keith?
We got a few things. We were waiting for fence supplies for the phase 2 to begin over at the farms. And we're working on grant funding for a new playscape. Location has not been secured yet. If any resident is interested in helping secure land, reach out to us with any ideas that you might have. There's a few places we would like to see it go up, but we have to get the land if we can. But thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Keith. Now we go on to the school liaison. Wendy, do you want to go first? Or you want?
Actually, Emma can go first.
Okay, Emma, go ahead.
The book fair has been this week, and tomorrow's the last day, so go check that out. And the school soar has been a giant success. And it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, thanks, Wendy.
Okay. I just wanted to give a good luck shout out to the boys soccer team as they are headed to the state finals this coming Saturday. Winter sports are beginning, which includes boys and girls basketball, boys and girls wrestling, varsity dance team, competitive cheer, and varsity hockey. Best of luck to all of them. Like the middle school, book fairs are coming up for Park Lane and Meridian, which will be the week of November 14th. Parent-teacher conferences are coming up for Park Lane and Meridian, which are on Monday, November 21st, and Tuesday, November 22nd. Picture retakes are November 10th for both Park Lane and Meridian. And then we are really, really excited to share that after a very, very long search, the Grosse Ile Police Department has hired 2 new crossing guards for Meridian. So they've been searching and searching for folks to help out for that school. So Sarah Mahoney and Beth Snowgrass, welcome to the Meridian family. Sarah's actually been with Meridian. She was in the kitchen, so she's familiar with the school, which is nice, and the kids. The Monster Mash Fun Run was this past Sunday, and that was through PAT. We had our fun run. We were kind of on hiatus a couple of years because of COVID. It was a huge success. We had about 240 participants for the run. And then a big thank you to all that participated in the trunk or treat at the high school. It was actually a fundraiser for the class of 2025 and was a big success. There was approximately 20 trunks that participated. So thank you to everybody that participated. And then we also had Poke Your Way, the food truck there. And then a big thank you to Katie Baines, Mr. Batishel, and the 2022 Grosedale High School Marching Band for a great season. This season has come to an end, sadly, but they will still be participating in Island Glow and then Island Fest as well for the parade. And then lastly, we are still in need of volunteers for Parents on Patrol at the middle school. If anybody's interested, please let me know, or you can sign up directly off the Sign Up Genius. I actually posted that on GITS, Grosedale Now, and then it's on my personal Facebook page. But you do not have to have a kid in the middle school. It's similar to the Watchdog program, if anybody's familiar with the Watchdog program, except Watchdog is strictly for dads, grandpas, uncles, to get involved with the 2 elementary schools. But for Parents on Patrol, it can be both moms, dads, neighbors. You don't even have to have a kid in the district. You do have to do the criminal history check, definitely, and pass that. But we are just looking for folks to come in to lend extra eyes and just to be a presence in the middle school to help with different things that go on throughout the day. It's a great way to get involved and give back to the school. We offer 2 shifts. The first one is 7:15 to 11, and then the second one is 10:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. And you get this beautiful orange bright vest that you get to wear for the day. So it's it's nice. But it is a great way to give back and help with the school. So if anybody's interested, please let me know. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Wendy. Next, we have Ethel for Senior Communication.
Thank you. The Senior Citizens Club is canceling their November meetings. November the 8th meeting is Tuesday, November 8th, due to voting at the farm. And the Tuesday, November 22, due to Thanksgiving holiday on the 24th of November. So the next meetings will be Tuesday, December 13 and Tuesday, December 27, 1 to 3 p.m. at Centennial Farm Activity Room. I'm going to repeat a bit of what Kim said. The senior happy hour is Tuesday, December 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. at Centennial Farm Activity Room with a movie and light refreshments. And this is free, and it's always a lot of fun. Also free transportation if needed. Reservations 734-675-2364. And in 2023, the dates will be January 3 and February 7. And the holiday luncheon is Wednesday, December 14 at 12:30 p.m. at Centennial Farm Activity Room. The cost is $10, which includes dinner, beverages, dessert, entertainment, and prizes. Advance reservations at 734-675-2364, and free transportation if you need it. Also, I'll repeat, the van transportation is available for seniors, those unable to drive due to medical reasons, and those who have no vehicles, and they're for essential errands Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Round trip on the island is $5. Round trip off island, $6, plus the toll bridge fare. Excuse me. Reservations at least 24 hours in advance, 2 to 4 days preferred. You call 734-216-4905 or 734-675-2364. For Meals on Wheels, the Wayne County Office of Nutrition, call 1-800-851-1454. And all your senior activities and announcements can be seen on Grosedale Cable, Comcast Channel 12, WOW Channel 10, AT&T Channel 99. Also on Facebook if you have it. And they review them all the time during the month on all of the commission meetings in their are on the cables if you want to watch them and have repetitions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ethel. Okay, next we have 2 action items to vote on. So the first one is to vote and approve to submit applications for the Recreation Sparks Grant for the following projects: new playscape and bathhouse at Water's Edge. So would someone like to make a motion to vote and approve to submit applications for the Recreation Sparks Grant for the following projects: new playscape and bathhouse at Water's Edge?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, someone would like to second it? Okay. Yep, Keith and then Ethel. And then is there any discussion?
Yep. Just a little bit about the Michigan Sparks Grant. This is a brand new grant from DNR. They're releasing $65 million. It's a lot of money for outdoor recreation activities for communities that were hit by COVID. Obviously, every community has been hit by COVID in one way, shape, or form. We were hit with a playscape that now is not going to be there much longer. And again, it doesn't have to be directly COVID related. It can be replacing projects that have been removed due to age and depreciation, those types of things. Obviously, I'm working very hard to get this playscape money together as soon as possible. All of you know these playscapes are running between $200,000 and $250,000. That's out the door, install. They're just a lot of money. So, and again, if I'm taking something away from the community, my goal is to put it back. As Keith mentioned, we are going to be talking to some people. And again, with the survey that went out, Macomb Street was kind of the number one location that the community wanted to see the playscape. A little bit more on closer to the road, where our current playscape is. It's kind of hidden back behind the post office. The second location was here at Commerce Park, and we do have land there to build. Okay, so we have a couple of options, but until we secure the land, I'm diligently filling out this very, very long grant application, and just so we can have a really good chance at it, and we may have to put it back where it is. If we don't secure land anywhere else, we may have to put it back exactly where it's at. Now, keep in mind the new play structures are a lot more indestructible. You can't spray paint them, and wood. Obviously, you've got the bees and all these types of things that we were dealing with. So the newer playscape would have a better survival back there to begin. Just food for thought as we're talking about the grant. So, and that's actually due December 19th. And the one thing that I had asked the commission and any community members that are watching, one part of this grant is to get as many letters of support that support us putting another playscape back into the community. I know we have some playgrounds at the schools. We have a smaller one at Centennial Farm, but the playscape was kind of the center of the community where everybody kind of went. And now that we're taking away, we got to put it in. So if you can write a letter and email it to me or any of the commission members, that's the more of those we have for community support for this project. That area on the grant score is very, very high. They kind of score each area on the grant, and you can Google it, Michigan Sparks Grant. I got a great letter from the schools. That's huge because we work with the schools and the kids and all those types of things. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And then with the bathhouse, I know I've been talking about this. I applied for the CBD dollars with that project. I have not heard from Wayne County at all, zero, 2 years. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but we were told our smaller communities, this was back in 2017, and actually Derek Thiel was sitting across the room from me, and we were promised by Wayne County in year 5, because the smaller communities decreased our amounts when it came to the grants. When I first got here, senior services and ADA grants, we were receiving up to between $45,000 and $50,000 to do projects such as the farm floor, those types of things. Those dollars were used for those projects. So the smaller communities agreed, we'll take a hit. We'll go down to 20,000, which is all we've been receiving for the last 4 years. But in year 5, we were able to submit for a very large project up to $500,000, which I did that 2 years ago and continually emailed them over and over again, what are we doing? And unfortunately, I've not heard a word. Derek is helping me, he's pushing as well. But I'm not going to bank on it. So I am going to apply under the Sparks grant for the bathhouse. All of us know the bathhouse is falling apart. It is cracking. It is not ADA compliant, and it fits right into the mold of this particular grant. ADA accessibility is probably the number one scorer. And same with the playscape. All of the attractions at the playscape were not ADA compliant, which is one of the big reasons that it's not going to be there any longer. We need to get ADA compliant on all of our amenities, bathhouse, all of our playgrounds need to be back up to par. So, and the reason we're voting on this is it requires a certified resolution from our township board to proceed forward. And I need a vote from the CRC to take it to the township board, which Uch is going to help me out with on November 14th, as it is on the agenda, on the consent agenda for the 14th. So that's all I got.
All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Uta.
Oh, no, you go first.
I just had a question. So when are the letters due?
Again, I'm working on, bits and pieces every day. I have contractors emailing me. I have to have kind of everything in. I always say 2 weeks because I don't want to wait till,
Right.
The deadline is December 19th, but I'd like to have it now.
But those letters of support from the community.
Yeah,
When,
as soon as possible. Because again, I take the letter and I attach it right into the grant. So
have we gotten any other ones besides from the
not
school?
yet.
Okay.
The more support from our stakeholders, community members, it's a big scoring piece of that grant, that I can tell you.
Or do we know if anybody asked Gyra or Giza or anybody?
I know Kevin was working with them. Keith has got reaching out to Kiwanis, Rotary. We're trying to, our community organizations. So I kind of asked everybody on the commission to find somebody. But
Okay.
now that we're on camera
Right.
and people are listening, that's the reason I brought it up. So letter of support to get that playscape put back in place, and why it is important to have outdoor recreation activities for our children. That's kind of the base of the letter that we're looking for.
So, Kim, is these 2 separate grants, one for the bathhouse, one for the playscape, or is it one grant for both?
It's still under the Sparks grant, but we're allowed to submit multiple
So you
projects.
You need letters of support for both projects, or as a general letter of support?
general letters. So I'm really focusing on the playground right now because I have to classify them as, they're all important, but believe it or not, I have to label the projects 1, 2, 3. Okay, where Playscape has been at the top of my radar since all this happened this past summer. I talk about it at every meeting. But they're all important. I don't want to say the bathhouse is not important. Can we function another summer? We can probably skate by. But again, I don't know how much longer that building is going to be standing. And again, we do have people that are utilizing our facilities that need handicap access. We cannot get a wheelchair through that door, the front door. But we have an alternative route to come through the side gate. That's a plus. But again, things are just old, and we gotta get them fixed. So, replaced. This one is more of can't fix it. I gotta replace the whole building, knock it down, and start over. Just like Pier 4, we couldn't just fix Pier 4. We had to tear it out and start over. So, same with the fences, falling down, tear them down and put them back up. So. Okay.
So my question is, and I read through it, it didn't go into a lot of detail, obviously, at this stage for us, but the board will probably be curious, there's no matching component.
No matching component.
That's always a good thing. We don't have to come up with a matching.
I was looking for that too. I didn't, in
Because
all the
they
readings,
usually-
I'm like, where's it at? Because many of them are the match. And I did apply for a matching grant through Game Time back in end of July or August. And every time I see some, I'm just going to keep trying. That's all I can do. So,
Well,
but-
and I think the letters from our community are going to be very important. If you read it closely, they are prioritizing communities that have a large proportion of households that are struggling financially, and a high number of residents with physical and mental disabilities, and a lack of public recreation opportunities. That does not exactly describe Grosse Seal. So we need to have those letters from the public, because we do have those households, we do have those people, but we need to be able to show in the application that that is something that's going to be important for them to spend the money on us. So if you have an opportunity to put something like that in writing, please get it to Kim as soon as possible.
Thank you. All right, we're going to do a roll call vote. Kevin Naso, how do you vote? Ethel Yops, how do you vote? Okay. Keith Fusinski, Wendy Kearney,
Yes.
Marissa,
Yes.
and I vote yes. And Uta?
Yes.
Okay, it's a unanimous pass. Okay, on to the next action item. The next action item is to vote and approve the proposed operating agreement, monthly rate of $1,500 from Ricky and Rob Luton. Would someone like to make a motion to vote and approve the proposed operating agreement, monthly rate of $1,500 from Ricky and Rob Luton?
So moved.
Second?
I'll make a second.
Any discussion? Okay, I'm gonna say a few things just because I am the lease and user agreement. So I'm just gonna go over the specifications of the land that they will be using, just so that everybody is on the same page in the township as to what is exactly being used. Currently, this lease will have use of 5.5 acres of land. So that includes a 17,305 square foot riding arena and stables, and then an additional 1,870 square foot red barn that they use, and also an apartment that's not included in the total square footage of the buildings of 19,175 square feet. We did do an inspection of the property on October 27th of all the buildings, and they were found to be structurally sound. There was no safety issues that need to be addressed, so it is in good standing. Is there anything that you want to add, Kim, to this?
You know, we had met with the Lutons a couple of times. We had a committee that started with Stacy, myself, Mr. Novak, Derek, and David Nadeau. And I know he's here. Hi. And, you know, we had some great conversations. You know, we're not fighting back and forth about some things, but the proposed dollar amount from the committee to the Lutons was $2,700 per month. And that was presented to them in a meeting. I don't have the exact date in front of me. And then Mr. Thiel had spoke to the Lutons during that meeting and said, if you can get back to us, you know, when you're negotiating, you kind of go back and forth. That's very common. And so the last proposal that was given to Mr. Thiel, which was, I believe, last Wednesday, was the dollar amount of $1,500. So that is what we are voting on tonight, and that's kind of where we're at.
Well, I have a question that I imagine anybody watching will likely have. How was the original amount of $2,700 a month derived? If you can explain where that came from.
So I met with the airport manager, and she leases quite a few properties on island. And then as well, we looked at what her leases were going for, and then all of the leases on Grosse Ile, what they were, the approximate value was. So we basically took the amount of square footage and we rent or lease or use any of the property on island somewhere between 11 cents to 18 cents per square foot, depending on the building, the usage, who's occupying it, how much, how much they can get for being in the property. Obviously a restaurant's going to be different from an alpaca farm, is different from an, apartment is an office, right? So varying things that we lease out. So we became familiar with the square footage of the, we actually walked Centennial Farms and the riding stables arena, the Red Barn. We measured it all ourselves because we don't have that square footage on record anywhere. So we went and walked it and rolled it and found the square footage for those buildings and came up with 12.5 cents per square foot of the 258,685 square feet that they would be utilizing. Okay. So we kind of just looked at all the numbers and said, what is this most similar to? And also, do they maintain the exterior? Do they, what have they done on the outside of the buildings or the inside for that matter as well? So, and currently they're at 7 cents per square foot. So when you look at the numbers, that's where we landed, and it's just a difference of opinion of what it's worth.
I have a follow-up question. In reading the letter submitted by the renter, they claim that this is not a commercial property, that this is recreational. Is there a difference? I mean, we are a public asset leasing public land to a business.
So you can be, they obviously classify land in different ways. When you search land in our multiple listing service as a realtor, you have to go to commercial prior to picking agricultural or any other item. If it's not residential, it falls into commercial on the multiple listing service. So it is agricultural, but it is also considered commercial. And it is a business that they are running out of the property. So I would consider that to be somewhat commercial. Yeah.
Right, that's a fair assessment of what's going on there. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Anybody else have anything to add or questions? Okay. All right, we're going to do a roll call vote. Chad is not here. Kevin Naso, how do you vote? Yes, we are voting and approving the proposed operating agreement monthly rate of $1,500 from Ricky and Rob Luton is what we're voting on. Okay. Okay, no. Ethel Yops,
Yes.
Keith Fusinski,
No.
Wendy Kearney,
No.
Marissa Nicely,
No.
Stacy Damman, I vote no, and Uta?
No.
Okay, does not pass. Thank you. Next, we don't have any discussion items on our agenda for this evening. Next would be individual commissioner comments. So Kevin, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Outside of just reiterating what Wendy had to say, good luck to the boys soccer team this weekend. They're going for their third in the last 4 years. So good luck to the boys. That's it.
Keith?
I got a bunch of Kiwanis stuff. Only 3 things though. Flags are going out this weekend for Veterans Day. The banners are all up on the comb for our veterans. If anybody else wants to order a banner to honor their veteran, we have 8 more polls left, and then they're full. Then we start a waiting list. And I want to thank everybody who came out and enjoyed the Haunted Maze. If you donated decorations, they're giving them back out right now at the meeting. It starts at 7 o'clock actually. So show up at the VFW and pick up your stuff. And thank you for everyone to let us borrow everything and donate everything. And I'm still having dreams of garbage bags and duct tape. So, thank you very much.
Marissa?
So last Wednesday, I believe, I met Connor Perricane and his father Mike at the new agility installation at our community dog park. They gave me a tour and we officially called it open for business. I've seen a lot of dogs already out there enjoying that equipment with their owners. It's a really positive addition. So we really want to thank Connor for volunteering his time and efforts in fundraising and bringing this to the community. The way to access this for those who have questions is to come down here to the township and apply for a permit. And you have to show proof of vaccination. I believe it's a $12 fee. And then you'll receive a combination to the dog park and are welcome to use it. So.
Wendy?
I just wanted to thank Keith and the Kiwanis for putting up those banners. They look amazing. My father-in-law's is up there, so they look great. Thank you so much. And then I just wanted to wish my youngest a very happy 12th birthday, Alex. So he's 12 today.
Okay. Ethel, do you have anything you want to say?
I would just like to say, since our commission isn't going to be meeting in December, I would like to wish everyone a great Thanksgiving, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and visit the Historical Museum Christmas Boutique. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethel. Okay, Uta?
Yeah, I just want to head back to something that Kim had mentioned earlier. Island Glow is over 20 years old. The first one we had was right after the Macomb Street renovations, and I think that was in 1998, maybe 99. And Wayne County worked with the township to repave Macomb Street, add sidewalks to both sides. We then had an Island Glow celebration when that was completed. And I think that included even the lighting fixtures and the whole 9 yards. And it was a really, and again, the recreation department headed the celebration. So it was a really cool event. So just to give a little history on having been here for a while. And also, again, reminding everybody that with the election coming up, let's all stay civil. Let's all realize that this is part of our democratic process, that we all have different points of view, and we have an opportunity every 2 years, every 4 years to take those to the ballot box, and that we should respect each other and our right to do so. So with that said, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Uta. I totally agree with you. I don't have anything else to say, so would someone like, we do have a meeting.
May I add something?
Oh, yeah, Ethel wants to add something first.
Yeah, well, to what Uta was saying about Macomb Street, we were flying home from Florida that year, and we flew over the island, and with all the lights that they had put on Macomb Street, it looked like a landing strip. But it was beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ethel. Sorry, Kim, go ahead.
Okay, just a couple of things. The recreation offices will be closed on November 11th for the holiday, and then also on Monday, November 14th, just to let people know. Office hours right now to come in, register for a class, pay your boat fees, get a punch pass, all those types of things, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. The golf course is still open, walking only. The carts did go back, and everyone's yelling at me. I go, if I would have kept them, it would have snowed. So I sent them back, and you've got great weather. So walking only, and again, we are not staffing on the weekends due to we don't have the carts. But we've had residents have been really good about putting $10 in the drop box. It's our fall rate, $10 for 9 holes. And people do come in when Annette and I are there during the day to pay the fees. And every dollar helps to keep that golf course running as well. So on the weekends, if you're golfing, we just ask $10 in the drop box. If you only got 5, put 5 in there. So, but again, I just wanted to make those announcements for the 11th and the 14th. But again, I'll be available by email as well. If I'm not in town, I do respond via email as quick as I can. So, and wishing everybody a nice Thanksgiving. I'll see everybody through the month of December with all our great events, and register online or come in and see us, grossdalerecreation.com. And that's all.
Thank you. All right, we do not have a meeting in December, so our next meeting will be January 5th of 2023, if you can believe it. So would someone like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second?
Second.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned at 6:44 p.m. Thank you.